Cruise news, there is drama as one man demands silence from his fellow cruisers. And today's episode is packed as big changes have been announced by multiple cruise lines and cruise ports. Plus, as a bonus at the very end of this video, this 100-year-old travel agent is going to share a hack for expediting through airport security that I bet you did not know. And as always, I'm going to get you all of this information fast, coming up. Welcome to the Travel Scouts. My name is Jason. Let's go ahead and jump into today's cruise news. Number 1, Princess Cruises will be offering double points towards their loyalty program on their upcoming cruises. The double points will be available for cruisers who sail with Princess between August 1st and December 1st of this year. However, in order to get the double points, you have to purchase either the Princess Plus or Premier package. Those packages include discounted add-ons such as Wi-Fi, fitness classes, gratuities, and drinks. Princess Cruises has 4 loyalty tiers, and they are based upon the number of cruises or the number of cruise days. With this accelerator program, your cruise will count as 2 cruises, and your cruise days will also be doubled. So one 7-day cruise will count as 2 cruises and 14 cruise days. Number 2, Regent 7 Seas has announced the launch of a brand new class of ships. Regent 7 Seas is the luxury brand operated by Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings. And this will be the first brand new class of ships that they have launched since 2013. The name of the new ship class is the Prestige, and it is scheduled to launch in 2026. The ship will be able to hold 850 passengers. Not much else is known. Regent has said that it will have loads of new features, and those details will be released in the near future. Moving on to number 3, we have a hurricane season update. The Eastern Pacific is currently clear, so let's take a look at the Atlantic. The Atlantic has 2 weather systems of concern. They are identified by the 2 orange X's on this map. The one located over southern Mexico currently has a 50% chance of cyclone formation in the next 48 hours. The biggest problem for this storm is along the Gulf Coast of Mexico. It should not cause many problems for cruise operations. Then the storm off the east coast of Florida also has a 50% chance of cyclone development in the next 2 days. That storm is slowly moving towards the coast of Florida and Georgia. We will continue to monitor. Next, number 4, Port Tampa Bay is looking to build a 4th cruise terminal. Tampa's Port Commission has unanimously approved a $500,000 investment for an engineering firm to draw up the plans for a future cruise terminal. More approval and funding would be required before construction could begin, so this is just the first step. Tampa had more than 1.1 million cruise passengers last year. Business is definitely booming. However, it is currently nearing its capacity, and an expansion would be needed for very much continued growth. Then number 5, cruise drama as a man loses it and is upset that his fellow cruisers would not be quiet. This took place on board the Carnival Venezia cruise ship. The man was on a Zoom call in the 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏𝗏, which is the public coffee shop on the ship. He wanted the busy crew members to tell all the other cruisers in the area to be quiet so they would not disturb his Zoom meeting. He, of course, could have went to his stateroom or another private location. However, when the crew members did not comply with his request to silence the other passengers, he became irate and later filed a formal complaint. Okay, we have 5 cruise news pieces remaining, including the top headlines of the day, but now it is time for our fast mid-show check-in. In the last video, I asked if you typically pay for any specialty dining when you cruise. I received input from more than 5,000 of you, and here are the results. 41% of you said that you do purchase specialty dining, and 59% said that you do not. Thanks for your input and all of the great food recommendations in the comments. Here is today's question. Thinking about this man that was on the Zoom call on the cruise, it got me to thinking about working while on vacation. So my question is, do you typically do any sort of work while you're on a cruise? Checking email, anything like that? Chime in down below with A for yes, or B for no. We'll look forward to reading your input, but now on with the cruise news. Number 6, Explorer Journeys has announced that they will be delaying the launch of their second ship, the Explorer 2. Explorer Journeys is the luxury cruise brand operated by MSC, and the inaugural sailing of the Explorer 2 was initially scheduled for August 11th. But that has now been delayed until September 16th. That means that the first 5 scheduled sailings have been canceled. MSC said they needed more time to ensure the ship meets the highest luxury standards before launch. Number 7, Princess Cruises is not ready with their new main dining reservation system and it is being delayed. Princess Cruises was planning to launch a new main dining reservation system this week. The new system would allow passengers to book one of 3 main dining seating options prior to their cruise. They can book traditional dining with early or late seating times, they can book reservable dining times where you book various specific times, or they can select walk-in anytime where you simply check in and wait for an available table. Princess has now announced that booked guests will be able to select their preference and make reservations on July 1st. That is the new date, and that will be for sailings that launch on or after September 14th. All of this can be done through the Cruise Lines app. Moving on to number 8, some residents in Sitka, Alaska are making another push for cruise ship restrictions. Sitka, Alaska currently has around 600,000 cruise visitors each year. However, a group of residents is seeking to get a vote on the October ballot that would cut that in half. It would set a limit of no more than 300,000 per year and no more than 4,500 per day. The proposed restriction would also only allow cruise ships to visit from May through September, instead of the full April to October Alaska cruise season. It would also require 1 day each week to be set aside with no cruise ships scheduled. Last year, the city denied the petition to get the limits added to the ballot. We'll have to wait and see how it pans out this year. Next, number 9, Oceania Cruises has announced 2 new dining options on board their ships. Both will be located inside their Terrace Cafe. This venue is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner without reservations. And the cruise line announced that it will now have an Indian corner available during dinner. This will feature 15 authentic Indian dishes. Additionally, they are adding a sushi station where 45 new recipes will be available to try out. Then, before I get into the bonus hack, number 10, the Vancouver Cruise Port now has facial recognition technology to expedite the boarding process. At the Vancouver Cruise Terminal, Canadian and U.S. citizens can get their photo taken by a border protection agent. This is done with an iPad-like device. The system then does a comparison with their travel documentation within seconds. This is done in lieu of going through a manual document check process. The new process is much faster, however, it is currently only available for US and Canadian citizens. Anyone who does not want to use the new biometric boarding system can still opt to use the manual process. And then as a bonus, here's a hack for getting through airport security a little faster when you're flying to your cruise port. This is Mildred. She is 100 years old, and she is a travel agent and actively travels. Due to a glitch in the TSA system, she gets escorted through security at the airport as though she were a young child flying without her parents. I will let Mildred tell you about it in her own words. Here you go.
Hello everyone, I'm Mildred, and I'm almost 101. I want to share a funny story with you. I have to fly up to New York again in May. Whether I issue the ticket because I am a travel agent and I could still issue tickets, or whether I go directly to the airline, when they put in your age, the code is 2 digits for the month, 2 digits for the day, and 2 digits for the year. I was born in 1923, so I put in 23. As soon as I check in, I'm an unescorted minor. The supervisor has to come, and they have to see me right through security. No one seems to know how to correct it. So I'm going through my second childhood, the unescorted minor. There must be a way, but none of us have found it yet. Have a wonderful day. Bye now.
Mildred is my new hero. Good stuff. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope it was informative. More cruise news is coming. I'll catch you in the next video.